You members of the fourth estate. Now, as you will recall, on the 9th day of February 2022, we reported that there were intruders in the name of police officers or people who are donning police uniforms at the home of the former CS for Interior, Dr. Fred Matiang'I. Subsequent to us making this information public, we saw an attempt by the office of the DCI, who filed an application on the 10th day of February against AMSEC Security Company, seeking to get the CCTV or to retrieve the CCTV footages that would be of evidence of assistance to them to ascertaining the correct position. Of course, they indeed got an order, but just to make the public know that the order was actually directed towards an entity that did not have control of the CCTV coverage. So subsequent, after the DCI realized their mistake, they filed another simultaneous application, which in our view, we view it as an abuse of the court process, an application that was filed today on the 15th day of February 2022. Now, in a nutshell, the application that has been filed by the office of the DCI is an application that seeks to compel, or rather get orders from the court to compel the BM security to produce the CCTV footages that are either facing the property of the former CS Interior or are situated in, on the path leading to his house. But most importantly is that there is an affidavit that has been filed by one of the investigating officer. And one of the investigating officer alleges that there was an attempted robbery at the house of the former CS. And that is the reason they are using to persuade the Honorable Court to grant them these orders. Now, of importance is, the High Court has, in a previous occasion, declared that Section 297, which outlawed attempted robbery with violence, and declared it as to be unconstitutional. So one wonders, why will the DCI, in their right mind, be filing an application to court under the pretense that they are investigating an offense that has already been declared as unconstitutional, seeking to persuade the court on that ground alone to give them an order that will ultimately lead to the violation of the privacy of Dr. C.S. Matiang'I. So, I mean, we find ourselves in very unfamiliar territories, because this is not even the first attempt. You will recall not so long ago, the Korokocho, a member of County Assembly, was arraigned in court. There was an application that was filed by the office of the DCI, and they attempted to investigate him for an offense that has already been declared to be unconstitutional. So one wonders, why does the investigative agencies seek the assistance of the court, which has been, which is a creature of law, so that they can investigate offenses that are not criminalized by the law? So that is where we are at the moment. I know my colleague, Mr. Paul Masharia, counsel, will also give us some information regarding also another application that was filed in Kiambu that has already suffered the same fate for lack of basis. Thank you.
The DCI, in yet another expedition of their own, they filed a matter of similar nature in Kiambu, still seeking to have the CCTV footage retrieved on the allegation or under the pretense that a legal trail they are following, since the section providing for the robbery with violence has been declared unconstitutional. As yet, we fail to understand the reasons why someone would approach the courts and utilize the courts and the resources that are limited already in seeking an order to pursue that which is illegal, null and void ab initio. Yes, I invite my colleagues to make their submissions on what is before court. Thank you.
Where the DCI are making numerous attempts to get into his property. And by so doing, they have, as you've already been explained, made 3 applications which are at variance. The first application indeed spelled the name of Dr. Matiang'I, that they wanted the CCTV footage, where this footage was one that was run by AMSEC Security Company. AMSEC is a security company that has been contracted to provide security at the entrance, at the barrier that gives access to where the CS stays. Now, along the road where his house is situated, the personnel of the security company that provides security on that road is Bob Morgan Security. So the first application, when they came to court, AMSEC, who did not have the mandate and capacity to give the DCI the CCTV footage from outside the CS place, were only able to give out, of course, against the rules and regulations of the Residents Association, they were able to give the CCTV footage for the entrance. That is the barrier. Now, they spelled out the name of Dr. Matiang'I as being one of the persons of interest in terms of the investigation they were conducting, which investigations bordered on attempted robbery. Now, they have gone again ahead to state that there was a media pronouncement that the CS was under attack from the DCI. So that is another paragraph that they are saying that they want to have the CS investigated upon, and by that they have to get to the CCTV surveillance that is situated at the place so that they can get the information. Now, the second application has only given LR number, the land reference number where the house is situated, meaning there is something they are hiding, meaning they don't want to spell out the name of the CS in the second application and the third application. So this morning, again, there was another application that was sneaked into court, which the court in its pronouncement said that the orders being sought for are vague, and we have been given a date of 7th of March to come to court, where I sought for service of that application upon us so that we can respond thereto. All I can say is this: this is a fishing expedition, a proper fishing expedition by the DCI to either curtail any element of the assertions that we made, which were true. There were police officers at the CS residency, and this is a veiled attempt in terms of exonerating themselves of the mess that they got themselves into. So what we are saying is, let us be served with the application. Let us know how to respond to it, because the Data Protection Act, which is a constitutional safeguard, has given the CS mandate and power to have an enjoyment of his property. This is an intrusion into the property of the CS, and this is an intrusion into his person. This is an intrusion by officers who want to cover up, and that is why we are here. We are vigilant as usual, and there is nothing that will be filed anywhere, because this is the third one. If they filed another fourth one or fifth, whichever jurisdiction of the court they are going to go to, we are ready to get there, and we are ready to defend the CS, and we are ready to tell the world that this is a veiled attempt of cover-ups and an abuse of the legal process. Now, ordinarily, applications such as this are filed ex parte. But because of the gravity of the matter, that is why we are here, and we are following up on the issue so that nothing goes under the carpet. Nothing is swept under the carpet, and we have to protect the safeguards of the law. We have to protect the freedoms and rights of individuals in this country, and the CS Matiang'I is not an exception to those safeguards. So we are telling the DCI, please do the proper thing, do the proper investigation, and we will not stand in your tracks to stop you in any way. But let it be above board. Place every card over the table so that you don't leave any dangerous card beneath the table, as you're doing right now. Thank you, and let Mr. Omari wrap up these submissions.
To everybody in this country to know, free applications, similar orders being sought, 3 magistrates in less than 3 days. The first application in Milimani, a different magistrate. They got the orders. The second application yesterday in Kiambu Court. The Kiambu Court told them, serve. The third application today. So we are expecting that they will be doing, because there are more than 475 magistrates, there is a likelihood, as we are now here, there are other 10, 20 applications the whole country fishing to get that order. So the media, once it puts it across, every judicial officer will know that this matter is now here. Remember, there is also the High Court matter. So for the public to know and for the DCI to be put on notice that you cannot be jumping from court to court to court, hoping that one court is going to give you an illegal order. 2, a new dimension of robbery with violence has been brought in. We never, neither has the CS said there was robbery, there was an attempt of robbery. It is a raid by the state agencies. That is the issue. And as we said, the raid of the state agencies cuts across more than 9 to 10 disciplined forces. So, any trying to bring an issue that there was robbery, then the DCI will arrest 1 or 2 small boys in town and say they are the ones who are attempting to rob. And the story ends. The big question we are putting is that the CS, it was a raid by state agencies in his house. Third, we are putting notice that we are not objecting to the CCTV footages being handed over, but within the law. The Data Protection Act is very clear. We will be required to be served. We will appoint our own experts to be present the time they will be extracting the footage, so that, because it is well known that the very many cases that have collapsed and have been withdrawn is because the DCI was manufacturing evidence. We know this one, once they take the footage of the CS, they will go and manufacture it. They will tailor it. That is why we are saying we must be served, we must be present, we'll have our own experts. The CCTV footage will be extracted in the presence of the media. The whole world will see what is in that CCTV footage, so that it is no longer an issue that they have taken and cooked it. We will be asking on that 7th that the media be present, be allowed to air to the whole world what is there. Otherwise, the question of transparency and accountability is at stake. Finally, we urge the DCI. These are the lawyers of the CS, 200 of them. Serve us with applications. Don't hide sneaking from one court to another. We are ready and determined to defend CS Matiang'I to the last of the law as it provides. And when you are investigating robbery with violence, an offense that does not exist, that tells you there's malice aforethought, there's a way to frame the CS, but his legal team is ready to defend him. And let them be serving the application to the media in advance. What are they hiding? That's all.